It's April 19th, around 1 p.m. I'm living in Los Angeles, California. My name is Kelsey Rae Hartzell. The past few months, my life has changed immensely. It's been a process that has been ongoing since I was very young, and as it unfolds, I see how perfect the plan has been all along. But I have recently experienced a quickening of the process, which sounds enjoyable, and it is. However, it also requires an immense amount of focus and an immense amount of surrender to uncertainty. I am currently in the most uncertain circumstances that I have ever been in my entire life. And that is a gift because it's requiring an immense amount of focus. What focus does is it brings you into the moment, or I should say what we use focus for is to bring us into the moment, because we can only live in this present moment, and the universe is working out circumstances for our highest good at all times. However, we often try to take stock too soon. We try to count the eggs before they've hatched. And when it doesn't add up the way that we have seen for our future, the vision of ourselves or our life that we know in our heart of hearts that we want, and that is true, if we try to find that place in our present circumstances too quickly, then we become discouraged and our energy splits between what we want and what we think that we can have. That is a very uncomfortable experience. It's the most uncomfortable experience. And what it requires is an immense amount of focus so that we can stop calling in circumstances that will create or enhance our split energy. I won't go into too much detail right now, but I will say that I very recently passed a soul test of sorts. Although test isn't quite the right word, because the universe doesn't test you. It just holds its hands out and asks you to make a choice about certain circumstances. And the choices that you make, though they can be difficult at times, and especially if they're difficult, it is because you are heading more and more into your center. Now, you're not adding anything to who you are by doing this. In fact, you're taking away more and more layers. That doesn't mean that you are diminishing yourself. It doesn't mean that your life is becoming smaller because it is becoming more peaceful or quiet, although it's not really becoming quiet at all. It just means that you are looking through life from a different perspective. And we fear looking at life through a different perspective because we cannot see on the other side of that black hole. So it feels like death. And it is in a microcosmic sort of way. It is not the actual physical death. It is the gradual dying of the ego. We don't want the ego to go away completely, because the ego is how we express ourselves in this world. The ego is a celebration of the soul. It is a wonderful thing. We're not trying to get rid of it. We're just trying to take it out of the driver's seat when it begins to panic. This test of sorts that I recently underwent is leading up to some very beautiful unfolding circumstances for me. And I'm recording this video now without a text and sort of off the cuff, because what it is that I came here to do is to show other people my process so that they may understand deeper how to surrender to their own process. I am here not to introduce you to your soul, but just to turn up the volume on the voice inside your head. So I suppose what it is that I can do right now, and the reason that I'm making this video, is to allow some sort of evidence or proof on the other side of these manifestations. Because I've already manifested a tremendous amount of well-being and circumstances that I've wanted in my life. Manifest seems like a very small word even when I think of what it is that's going on. But it's important to me that in those moments when you begin to question what you know, when you begin to question the teachings that you either have been following for many years or have just now awakened to, when you begin to question those, I want to soothe your pain with my own experience, to give you a little bit of evidence, a little bit of proof. Though you may not in the moment be able to hear that proof from a place of joy, at least it will give you something to hold on to so that you don't get lost in the mental noise. Trust me, I know the mental noise very well. And the way that you get out of it, the way that you even out your experiences, the way that you still the waters, is by focusing. And accepting the present circumstances. Open yourself up to receiving. And even if it makes you feel, at times, like a crazy person, watch for the signs that enter your life. The signs that you are on the right path. They are not asking you to take action in any specific direction. All they are doing is they are saying, I see you. You're open. You are open to receiving. And this is the little bit that you can receive right now. And this is the little bit that you can receive right now. Follow those signs. Do not follow them obsessively. Perhaps it would be better to say, allow those signs. I think for now that's all I have to say. I will check in with you later and let you know how my journey to receiving goes within the next few days. Thank you for listening.